It's now time for the 1017 The Team High School Basketball Halftime Show with Austin Denton. Take it away, Austin.
And we're back here live from Cleveland High School. The Storm from District 1 6A, the home team tonight. They lead their rivals, the Rio Rancho Rams, 57-40. And this has been a game that has been full of the most electric atmosphere that I've seen in any game this year so far, aside from the La Cueva El Dorado game that we did this week. This is one crazy environment between Cleveland and Rio Rancho. Now let's take a look at the stats for both teams. First, for our leading team, the Cleveland Storm, they have come out with a lot of passion and looking for that vengeance as they're trying to avenge that loss that they had at Rio Rancho a couple weeks ago. They are 23 of 30 from the field goal range, which is a 76.7%. That is really impressive for Sean Jimenez and the Storm. They are 21 of 25 from two-point range. They've been attacking the post. They're 84% from there. Only 2 of 5 from outside two-point range, three-point range to be specific. That's just 40%. So safe to say they are attacking the inside more. Then you also have them at 9 of 13 from free throws. They're 69.2%. And they are also out-rebounding Rio Rancho right now, 18-14. The leading scorer for the Storm is Jalen Munn. He has 14 points on the night, along with 5 rebounds and also just 1 foul, which is good for the Storm. They're going to need him to stay out of foul trouble. Along with Jaden Phillips, he also has 10 points tonight, and he has 2 rebounds to complement it. And Jacob Medina with 7 points and 6 rebounds. Clayton Watson III, or Trey Watson as they better know him, with 9 points and 2 rebounds. Moving on now to Rio Rancho real quickly. David Patterson, their leading scorer tonight, their second leading scorer with 10 points. But here's the thing, he has 3 fouls on the night already, so he is in foul trouble. Not a good sign for Rio Rancho. Blaine Gallegos is the leading scorer with 11 points, and he is 4 of 7 from field goal range, hasn't gone outside the perimeter. He is one of those guys that will attack the post. And one of the things that we'll talk about with Brian O'Neill here in our first half analysis in a moment is that the Rio Rancho Rams are 7 of 21 from the free throw line. That's just 33%. And that is, I bet, a talking point that Wally Salata is going to have for his Rio Rancho Rams at the break. Along with everything else, 51.7% from field goal range for Rio Rancho, and that's the story of this game so far. When we come back, Brian O'Neill with the first half analysis. You're listening to the Newsender Credit Union Halftime Show, ESPN Radio 1017 The Team.
I'm Trey Wingo, and you're listening to the Team High School Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1017 The Team.
It's now time for the 1017 The Team High School Basketball Halftime Show with Austin Denton. Take it away, Austin.
And we're back here live from Cleveland High School. The Storm of Cleveland leading their rival, the Rio Rancho Rams, 57-40. And like I was saying earlier, the atmosphere electric here in Cleveland's gymnasium. The community and the city of Rio Rancho comes out for these games every single time these two meet up, whether it be on the football field, the basketball court, even the baseball diamond, wherever it is, and that just is proving it tonight with this attendance. We now bring in Brian O'Neill for the first half analysis. And Brian, one of the things that's been standing out to me is the difference in the field goal percentage for Cleveland and Rio Rancho. Cleveland field goal percentage 76.7%, and you have Rio Rancho with 51.7%. Both are impressive numbers, considering the fact that Rio Rancho is down this big, still above the 50% range for field goal, though. But you look at that 76.7% for Cleveland, that's one of the best numbers I've seen for a team shooting in a real long time.
Yeah, and when you're shooting 76%, you should expect to be up by 17 points at half, and that's what Cleveland is. Quite honestly, they're getting a lot of open looks around the basket, a lot of points of transition, and, that'll lead to a percentage like that. But I'll tell you, Cleveland's sending a message tonight. I think they sent a message last night with that nice win over Volcano, but tonight they're very impressive.
And the other thing that we wanted to touch on was that the free throw percentage for Rio Rancho has not been what they needed. They have gone to the free throw and shot 21 free throws, only making 7 of them. That's a 33% percentage. I would assume Wally Salata said, make those free throws.
Well, they missed 14 free throws in that first half, and they're down by 17. So, they put those free throws in, they're right there. They're within 3 points, and and it's called a free throw for a reason. It's a free shot, and you get 10 seconds to take that free shot. You should be able to shoot a higher percentage.
And lastly, before we throw it back to the second half action, one of the things that I noticed on the rebounding spectrum, Cleveland out-rebounding Rio Rancho overall 18-14, but defensive rebounds are 16-2 for Cleveland. And then you have Rio Rancho getting more offensive rebounds at 7-5, opposite also 2 dead ball rebounds. So that's also something that is a talking point for both sides, is that Cleveland wants to rebound it offensively now, and Rio Rancho wants to rebound it defensively.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, if it wasn't for this Cleveland offensive rebounding in this first half, they'd be down by 30. That's what's kept them in this game. It hasn't been their offense. It hasn't been their shooting. It's been their ability to get putbacks and putting them back in on second and third opportunities, and a lot of times getting fouled and being able to go to the line.
Well, thanks again, Brian, for your first half analysis. He'll be back in just a moment with Scott Coletti for second half action. That'll do it for me, but once again, like to thank Newsenda Credit Union. Now you can pay with Global Pride. Stop by any Newsenda Credit Union branch to get your new UNM Lobos credit and debit cards. Getting your card is simple and free. Visit newsenda.org for details. Federally insured by NCUA, equal opportunity lender. We'll be back in just a few seconds. You're listening to the D.R. Horton Game of the Week, ESPN Radio 101.7 The Team.
You've been listening to the 101.7 The Team High School Basketball Halftime Show with Austin Denton. The second half is up next, right here on ESPN Radio 101.7 The Team.